Hello everyone. I really didn't want to hop on today and be the person to remind you that school is starting, but I'm afraid I have to be. With school starting in a couple days, I feel like this is the perfect time to do a makeup tutorial that is quick, easy, and affordable. So let's get into it. One thing I remember and I absolutely dread is school air. I remember going to school and my hair would just be so frizzy every single time. No matter what I did before, I would just end up a whole frizzy mess. So the one thing that I recommend having in your bag is this right here. This is the Garnier Frizz Tamer, and it is the best thing that has been invented, honestly, because look, you just apply it over your hair and all of a sudden all of your flyaways, your frizz disappears. So I definitely like to keep this with me at all times just to make sure that my hair stays nice and neat how I want it to. Another great thing about this is that you could also use this on your eyebrows, because my eyebrows tend to go a little bit crazy and they don't want to stay in place. So this is definitely something that I use to make sure they are nice and neat for school. I remember when I used to go to school, I used to get really bad anxiety, especially when it was the first day back. In order to kind of help me with that, I used to literally do my makeup in the morning, and I used to like looking good because in return I used to feel good. That isn't the case for everyone, but if you're anything like me, I know that that's what made me feel better. Being put together, being ready, that's what worked. And with that, I used to want my skin to look as good as possible. I used to have a lot of acne when I was younger, and even now I have a breakout going on around my mouth. So I am going to show you just how easy it is to cover it up and make sure that the school air does not get you. So I'm going to show you what I use to keep it under control, and everything that I use will be affordable so that you guys, if you want, can definitely try it out. So starting off, you're going to need a good primer because prime skin is very important to making sure that your makeup lasts and looks good all day. I'm going in with the e.l.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick, and this just ensures that my skin is nice and ready for the foundation. Once I have applied that, I just like to really rub it into the skin again just to make sure it is nice and absorbed. Okay, so now while the primer absorbs, I'm gonna do my eyebrows before I do anything else. I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil. I'm just going straight in with this pencil and just filling my eyebrows in naturally. I don't want to do too bold of a look because when it comes to school makeup, you want this to be nice, quick, and easy. So really just fill in the gaps. I like to personally just follow my natural eyebrow shape. You always want to make sure that your eyebrows are as close to being sisters as possible. For me, that's a little bit harder because my eyebrows, well, they're two different shapes. Okay, and that is as close as they're gonna get. Now I'm gonna go in with the foundation, and I am using the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is really great for that nice dewy finish because we do want our skin to look as natural as possible, but at the same time it needs to have coverage. My favorite method is to firstly blend it out with a brush and then go in with a beauty blender. I feel like that just makes it look more natural and at the same time doesn't really get rid of the product too much. I'm just also making sure that I'm not going over the eyebrows. You want to make sure that there is no foundation in the eyebrows because otherwise it's just going to become a cakey mess. Now I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and I am kind of pushing that foundation into the skin. I'm also going to do a tiny little bit of contour, and I'm using the Catrice Magic Shaper. This is the contour and glow stick combination. I am just going to do tiny little bit right here, not too crazy because like I said, this is going to be a pretty natural, easy look to do. On the forehead, I'm going to do a little bit of nose contour too. And this is a really affordable and good product because I mean, just look at how easily that blends. If you like to bring makeup to school, then this is the perfect little thing because it fits nicely in the makeup bag, doesn't take up too much space. And this really sits so nicely on the skin too. It looks so natural. And if you ever feel like your contour is a little bit too heavy, just go back in with the beauty blender. Just blend it out a little bit just so it looks a little more natural. Okay, so moving on to concealer. I love the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 concealer. This is really good. It's not too heavy and it blends really easily. I love using this under the eyes and just anywhere where I see I have like a little bit of a breakout. I just dot it on. And a little hack, if you want your concealer to cover just a little bit more, let it sit for a couple minutes. So I'm gonna let this sit and I'm gonna do the blush in the meantime. Now I really want to achieve a rosy look for the cheeks, so for that I'm gonna go in with the Release Blush Glow BB Cheek and Lip color. I have no idea if I'm butchering that name or not, so if I am, I'm really sorry. For that, I'm gonna apply it just above the contour, and with an angled brush we are just going to blend. And this also kind of gives you a nice little glow at the same time, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1 product. That is absolutely gorgeous. This is the shade Summer Coral. Okay, so now that our concealer has sat for a little bit, I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender and just blend that out with light little taps, just so that I'm not moving the product too much. And I love how brightening this concealer is. It always leaves such a nice finish on the skin. So now that all of our cream products are pretty much done, we need to lock that in, and I'm going to use a translucent powder to do that. Love the Revolution one. This is their baking powder, and for me, I like to apply it on my hand like so. At first, I use a fluffy brush to kind of push that into my skin so it looks like that, and I just apply this all over so that my whole face can set. Now that I applied the powder all over my face, I'm going to go in with a little sponge and just grab whatever product is left. And with this, I'm gonna go right into my T-zone or whatever areas you find that get the most oily and push that powder in there. Because this is a back to school makeup tutorial, we are gonna completely skip out on the eyeshadow and gonna go straight in with some eyeliner. I love this e.l.f. liner. It's their Precision Liquid Eyeliner, I believe. And I'm just gonna do a really natural flick. Make sure you have your mirror and you're looking directly at it. Don't look down, don't look up. You wanna look direct. Just follow your natural eye shape and draw. So I like to connect them first and then I just fill in the middle. This is definitely a step that you can skip if you don't usually wear eyeliner. For me personally, I used to not even be able to go to school without putting on eyeliner, so this is pretty much a ritual. Eyeliner used to be the most important step in my makeup routine. I could do nothing else, but one thing I will have on is my eyeliner. And even though I have all those years of experience doing my eyeliner, I'm still struggling to do it on camera because usually this is how I have to sit in order to get it even. But when on camera, you kind of have to do it like this, right? So you guys can see what I'm doing. And it is really, really hard. But I think we got it pretty even, I hope. Let me tell you something, if you have naturally curly lashes, you are so blessed because mine are so straight. I cannot apply mascara if I don't have my eyelashes curled because otherwise you can't see them. They are that straight, you cannot see the mascara. So now I am just curling my lashes so that they are at least a little bit visible when we do put on mascara. I'm going to be using one of my favorite drugstore mascaras, and this is the Revolution Lift and Define 5D Lash Mascara. This one really makes my lashes look super long and it lasts all day. I'm going to be doing the lips and going in with a Hard Candy lip liner in the shade Kiss and Tell. Ooh. Or maybe not because it just fell out. With the lip liner, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just lining my lips, maybe just slightly overlining. I feel like this shade is really just perfect, honestly. And I'm just gonna finish this off with a gloss. This is the e.l.f. Sun Boss Gloss with SPF 25. And this is the final result for the back to school makeup look. I am absolutely in love with how this looks. It looks so natural. It's not too matte, not too glowy. It's the perfect middle ground. When I tell you that 16-year-old me would have ate with this look, this would be my everyday makeup look, but just not as good because back then I didn't really know what I was doing. Now I know a little bit more, so it does definitely look better. But it's kind of the same genre of makeup, I guess. So yeah, if you guys have any other tutorials that you guys want me to do, I would be more than happy to. Just drop it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.